when I got somewhere to go for real, it don't look like this. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Get Ready With Me. Now, I am gonna start with carving out my brows. I am just using the Nars concealer to do this, the soft matte. This is in medium 1.5 sucre de orge, and I'm just using this just to clean up the brows, and I'm also going to use it to prime my lids as well. So just taking that product and just blending it all the way down so that way I can cover my lids. The one thing we're going to be doing today, I haven't done in a while besides the eyeshadow, is color correction, because I do have some dark marks on my skin. As you guys can see, I have this one right over here. I do have like a little redness here, and of course my nose always has some, and then right here, and then this little dot right here. So just a couple of different spots and places. I could use this Nars concealer, or I can use an actual like color correcting product, I think, because I forgot to grab that out the closet. I'm just going to use a concealer since it's in my hand anyways. So I'm just going to pop some here on this one. This is like sensitive to the touch. I felt that. And right here. I'm actually going to use a makeup wipe to take off the concealer that I just applied on those dark areas, because I'm going way too fast for myself. I did not prime my skin yet. I did do my skincare, and that's all good and great, but I do want to prime today. So I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I also didn't finish blending out my lids, but we'll get to that in a second. I feel like I'm kind of just slightly everywhere at the moment, but you know, the beginning is a little rocky, but we're gonna finish strong. Using my Sephora 57 brush, I'm just going to tap in that concealer and just kind of blend it out, because we want it to look seamless. We don't want it to look like we literally have concealer sitting there, especially under the brows. I think what I'm gonna do though, before I actually get into like doing my eyeshadow for real, I think I want to lay my base first. Naturally, I do my eyeshadow first, and then I do the base makeup and, you know, go from there. But I think I'm going to do the base makeup first. That way I can do the top and bottom lash line of the eyeshadow and just kind of do it all in one, if you will. So I think that's the goal. I'm going to apply some more concealer on those dark marks now that I have officially primed my skin. So recently I got this Halo Glow Beauty Wand from e.l.f. I was very intrigued. I was intrigued when it first launched. I just never purchased it until now. So this is what it looks like. I'm sure you guys have seen this plenty of times before, but I really wanted to give this a try. I think you're supposed to squeeze it. Yep. I did get Tan Deep is the shade I'm going to use. And I'm going to use this for bronzer. Ooh, that looks deep. Okay, I'm a little nervous, honestly. But it's a good thing we're underpainting and not putting it on top. I feel like it'll be better this way. I didn't really put too much effort into my hair today, if you guys can't tell. I literally just threw it back in a little ponytail. I don't know, I'm getting very, very bored with my hair, to be honest. I don't even know what to do with it anymore. I have the same hairstyles that I just but wear in rotation. Basically, that's what my life has come to. Because I am going to be using the Makeup by Mario foundation, I'm going to use Nars concealer. And if we need to brighten it a little bit, I will use the Lancome, because Lancome is definitely lighter than this one. And I'm just gonna place this right here. I think this is like a good base to start off with at the very least. Now that I have that applied, I'm going to use a puff to blend this in. No, I'm not. I'm actually going to use a brush. Where's my concealer brush? I like this one from Flower Beauty. And I'm just going to take this and just start pressing. I like this one because it has bristles that are kind of like open a little bit more, but yet small enough to like fit right underneath here. You guys see how that just like blended out? You see the brush? I really like this brush for this concealer. Now let's move into foundation. Again, I'm going to be using the Makeup by Mario in the shade 14O. And I'm going to use my finger. Not to blend it in, but just to like dot it on the skin, I guess. Don't ask me why I decided to do it like this. I have yet to use this Makeup by Mario brush. I don't even know what I want to use it for. This dual-ended brush. Let's use this for foundation. So this is the F4 brush. I'm going to use the bigger side for foundation. And just press this into the skin. I think what I got this brush for initially was like maybe like contour or something, like cream contour, but here we are using it for foundation. I feel like the brush really did its thing when it came to blending this all in. It did a really nice job. Now just out of habit though, I'm just gonna go and use the puff just to tap on top. Out of habit. Nothing more, nothing less. It's not that I felt the brush wasn't sufficient enough. It's just what I do. One of the things about makeup is that you can always add, but you cannot take away unless you plan on taking it all off. So I do feel there needs to be somewhat of like a lighter inner corner. And I was going to use the Lancome, but actually I'm going to use the Nars Soft Matte in Maroon Glace. It's a little bit lighter than the other concealer that we used. And I'm going to pop that on the inner part of my eye once I can find a brush to do so. Just to brighten it a little bit. Because I can use just a little extra right there in the corner. To brighten up, you know, the under eye and the lip, the chin, and I can even do the nose. You guys see how it just brightened it a little bit and gave a little extra dimension to the face. I also feel I could potentially go in with a little bit more of the e.l.f. cream contour wand, but I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to use powder bronzer to enhance that definition in those areas. But I'm gonna set, and I'm gonna set with this Laura Mercier powder in Translucent Honey. I used this in the last Get It Ready With Me, and I told you guys I don't grab for it too much, but since that video I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's like I use things, I love them, then I use new things, fall in love with those things, and then forget about the other things. Yeah. So I'm just circling back, I guess. Okay, before we do anything else with the base of the face, that kind of rhymed, I'm gonna work on the eyeshadow. So, for our very first official eyeshadow look of the year, I'm gonna be using this palette. It's an oldie but a goodie, the Urban Decay. This is, what palette is this? Born to Run. Love the packaging, first of all. Who remembers this? Just nostalgic. And then the beautiful shades that there are in here. Now there are a select number of shadows that I like to use in this palette, and I'm gonna stick with those. Okay, we're gonna keep it as simple as possible, but still try to create something that's beautiful and wearable, obviously. So let's get into this eyeshadow. Okay, starting strong with Riff, which is this orange shade right here. Well, it's kind of orange brown. It's like a light brown orange. I'm going to buff this in my crease. And I'm going to take it pretty high, like it's going to be in the crease, but it's going to be a little above it as well. Almost to the brows, but not quite, for like a full rounded, like nice blend, if you will. I find that if you blend just a little bit above your crease, it doesn't have to be too high. So just going in with a second layer of this shadow just to build it up a little bit more. And I'm also going to make sure I'm like flicking it out here too. So kind of in like a messy manner, but not really at the same time. It seems messy, but it's not messy. You see? And now I'm going to do the same thing down here. Well, apply it down here as well, since our concealer and stuff is on. We can actually work on the lower lash line at the same time. Now taking some of this orange called Baja, I'm basically mixing the two shades together to curate somewhat of like an orangish brown tone of shadow. I don't know. I'm just going with the vibes, y'all. So I did start to go in with like the dark brown shade, but I want to hold on that really quickly. I want to actually add the shimmer first, and I think I'm going to use Double Life, which is this one right here. So I'm going to take some of that on a flat brush. This is a really, really pretty like shimmer. And I'm going to press that. Now, I do see that I am going to have to clean this up in here. I went a little too high. Maybe I should have used a smaller brush, but yeah, that looks pretty. You guys see that? And that's without wetting the brush with any setting spray or anything like that. So, of course, we have to do over here what we did over there and just tap this. So I'm only taking this shadow maybe like halfway on the lid, but it's really pretty. And then I'm taking that first brush we used just to kind of blend it here in the crease, so that way it's a nice transition from shimmer to matte shadow. It just blends nicely. Now I'm taking Punk on a small brush, tapping it here, and then blending. I do want to put the smallest amount of brown on the lower lash line, so I'm going to use this little pencil brush. I'm trying to be very careful. I don't want to mess up this look. Okay, so our shadow is now done. I am going to apply my lashes off camera because it's going to take me a little minute. I'm going to do individuals. I still haven't decided if I want to use these that I got off of Amazon. These are like little cluster lashes. Or if I want to try these ones from Tik-Tok shop that I had purchased. They're a little bit more, well actually a lot more like glamorous, I feel. So I don't know, do I want something natural? Do I want something glam? We do have like a nice kind of like bronzy smoky eye going on. So I'll see what the vibes are giving. I'll decide and then I'll be back. Alright y'all, the lashes are on. I did decide to use the individuals. So they do have like what number they are. I did, well first of all, these are D-curl. And I did 12, 13, 14, 14, 13. That's what I did. So that's my lash map, if you will. I'll have it down in the description. And I'll try to link these as well, just in case you guys, you know, it'll be down there. Let's finish off the face though. I feel like this is like very bronzy in terms of the eye. Like it's like a bronzy smoky eye. I think I said that already, but that's the vibe that I'm kind of getting. So I feel like we need to add a little bit more bronzer to the face, most importantly. So I'm going to take the HAUS Labs bronzer. This is in Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer. Deep Level 9 is the shade for this. Very beautiful bronzer, by the way. And I'm going to, look at that. Put that on the cheeks. Good thing about this, it blends so nicely. So don't feel like you can't work with it, because I feel like you can. And I'm going to add a small amount of this. Now I'm going to take the ABH bronzer, just dip into that a little bit, and I'm going to focus this pretty much everywhere that I put the first one. I don't know why I made it seem like it was going somewhere special. We're just going to kind of blend it in with the other one. and I'm going to take it right here where my shadow is to kind of blend those together. I've been liking to add a little bit of bronzer right in this temple area. I'm going to use the MAC Sheer Tone Blush in Gingerly just for a slight blush moment. Not too much though. Just using the Sephora palette, that gold shimmer for my highlight. This probably isn't the best like brush to use for this, but I'm going to use it anyway. And then the only thing I forgot to do is mascara, so I'm just going to apply some quickly on the lower lashes, just because the top lash obviously looks very much done up, like they're pretty dramatic, so I think I need to just add a small amount of mascara. Alright y'all, we are finished now. This is everything finished and complete. Of course, as always, let me know what you guys think down below. How are you guys feeling about our first official eyeshadow, I won't say tutorial, but I did walk you guys through it. But what are we thinking about this first eyeshadow look for the year? Let me know your opinions, your thoughts down below. If I had to name it, I would say it's a bronzy smoky eye. A subtle bronzy smoky eye. But nonetheless, let me know what you think down in the comments. The only new product that we used today was the e.l.f. contour wand, which I have put over there. I actually like that wand. I think I could use a little bit more. I was a little intimidated going into it because it seemed so dark, but I could honestly apply a little bit more. Don't forget to subscribe, especially if you love content like this. Join the family. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every single time that I upload. And with all of that being said, I hope to see each and every one of you in the next video or vlog, whichever one comes first, girl or guy. I don't know who's watching.